couple of announcements before we get started. How many guys were on the 10 a.m. training that just happened? Okay. So who is going to take a guest to the business overview at 7:30 today?
Still reaching out, I'm waiting for responses.
Okay, I know it's early. You guys just found out.
Yeah.
So who has a go to get a guest there today?
Yes.
Okay, got it. Good. I know that I just told you guys 30 minutes ago, so. So I'm gonna really work hard to get 2-3 guests there. It's a beautiful $2 million Airbnb. So we got some of the leaders that we flew in, and we have a very important meeting all day tomorrow to talk about the company vision and some of the changes and there's a lot of good things happening with the company. So because we have that, we get it today at 3:00. We're gonna have the Millionaire Mentor Zoom. Who's gonna be there for the 6 p.m. Millionaire Mentor Zoom?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So make sure you guys register because it's limited who could be there, right? Do not register, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not gonna make it. If you're not sure, if you think you're gonna make it, don't take up the spot because we want. What do we have? 15 for that one for 6.
Mhm.
We want to make sure that you are 100% sure that you're gonna be there. Of course, if you get a flat tire on the way there, I'm not gonna eat your lunch for it, right? Things happen. But if you're like, oh, maybe not, don't register. I think that's fair. Is that cool? And then right after that is the business overview. The business overview is going to be those of you guys that do have people that you invited. If you're free to stay with your guests. If you don't, the reason why is because the way Airbnbs work is we can't have a ton of people. That's why we limit it to how many people that we can have, right? We want to make sure that we keep that in mind. I think that was my phone, so make sure you put your phones on silent. All right. Put this down. Okay. So now that we got that out the way, let's go through some wins. Here's what I want to hear. I want to hear leads, recruits, affiliates, sales. So we'll start with Roxy. What do you got going on, Roxy?
I got 2 more recruits, and this week I have to present the business overview to 7 ladies. I have the new recruits already started door knocking. So I know Matthew has more, I think another deal closed, so he should be here anytime soon.
Okay.
And
well, I don't think he's going to be here anytime soon because he's right there in his living room.
I'm turning into the parking lot right now. It's the mobile living room, yeah.
His background. So, anyways, I had to throw it in there. It looked funny, right? So you guys have a lot of recruits going on.
Yes.
So Matthew, what do you got going on your side, bro?
And he has his uncle here, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, nice. Welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome. Yeah, give him a round of applause.
Yeah, so I have one closed deal on Friday. It was a 9-kilowatt system out in Silmar, California.
Yeah.
And I'll let Roxy ring the bell for me on that one.
Let's go. Have Roxy ring the bell for her on that one. Yeah.
And then we also have, I believe we have a launch event that's coming up this week as well. And then we have, actually, we're actually going to game plan some in-person events. So that way we can get more of the masses in person instead of on Zoom. A lot of people like the in-person as well. And we also had a meeting this week for a NAREP event. So we're going to be sponsoring a NAREP event, and we're going to be getting a booth there with our team. And we're also already locked in an additional 2 other events with them also. So now it's their gala that they're having, and then also they have micro events that we're going to be doing as well too. And then actually one of them is going to be an all-women event. So I could just stand at the booth and not participate there, but Roxy will be actually, I think, on the board there.
Awesome. Give him a round of applause. A lot of good.
Thank you. I'll be in right now.
Okay, sounds good, bro. So one of the things I want you guys to keep in mind, and we're going to continue to go for those of you guys that have wins, but keep this in mind. The bigger of a team that you build and the focus that you put on building a team, the leads are going to come from that. That's what they're experiencing right now. That's how I was able to close 115 deals a year, like 3 years consistently, because of my focus on the team building, right? These new people know homeowners and they bring these in. and they're experiencing that. It's not like that either of them did solar or network marketing in the past, right? But they're building a business, right? So anyways, thank you for sharing. Go ahead.
Yeah, just remember too, OKC, our team in OKC literally just submitted like about 8 deals. Nice.
Deals?
Like, leads, sorry,
Leads.
leads.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma,
Nice.
yeah, we got a bunch of presentations to go through this week for our OKC team. So
Wow.
we'll be we designed them all up. I met with all the mentees on that one this past weekend. I'm actually meeting with one today as well, and we're gonna design up the system. One of them actually brought in 6 leads her own, and then another one actually brought in another 3. So we're gonna design those up today and then schedule the presentations for them all this week as well too.
Very nice, very nice. Awesome. So one of the things that I'm realizing is how many presentations are you guys doing right now on a weekly basis?
Anywhere from, let's see, like 2 to 5.
2 to 5 presentations.
Yeah,
Like launch events, Zoom launch events?
yeah.
Nice, nice. Okay, good, good job. Who else has some ways that they want to share? Okay, let's go, Michael.
I have about 4 people in the pipeline.
Okay.
I have signed up a couple of affiliates,
Nice.
and Tony and I have kicked off on my first deal for the year.
Sam?
Yeah.
Get up here. For those of you guys that don't know, Michael is a real estate broker. He has his own real estate office and he's been a broker for a long time. So those are, how many of you guys think that those are some valid people to go after? People in the real estate field, right? Now, the brokers may be a little bit harder to get to, but realtors can lead to them, right? So, great. Thank you for sharing, Michael. Who else wants to share some wins? Let's go with Robert, then we'll go with David.
I have 1 recruit, 1 solar lead that we presented over the weekend. We have a launch event coming up. We have a 1 water deal. And then I have, yesterday we presented to a real estate broker. And I have an appointment on Wednesday to present to another real estate broker.
I love it. Give him a round of applause. And then, was one of them a sale?
Yeah.
Okay, come ring the bell. Ring the bell.
Yeah.
All right, everybody's polite, just twice, you know? I respect that, you know, you can go 3 times, it's good. So here's one thing that when we do this, we want to make sure that we address some of the key things, right? Who has ever heard the term being a product of the product?
Yeah.
Being a product of the product. If you're a homeowner and you don't have a solar system and you can benefit from a solar system, you should get the solar system. Same thing with the water. One of the things that he did, is you just got the water system installed, right? Yes. And so did Pete. Matter of fact, Pete got the security system and the water system installed in his house, right? Trust me, your conviction is going to be a lot different when you are a product of the product, for sure, right? It is a different posture when you're talking to people, when you have the product and you use the product, right? So think of, hey, do I need a security system? Do I need a solar system? Do I need a water system? Am I drinking the best quality water, or are you still drinking bottled water? Who still drinks bottled water at home, by the way? Raise your hand if you drink bottled water at home. Okay, you guys got to stop that. You got to do your homework. See, he's got to get the refills. That's right. I bottled up my water and scrambling out. I left. Then when I get out of my car, I realize, dang it, I left my water bottle right in my office. Right. I always carry you guys have seen me all the time. I always carry my water with me. Start drinking a better quality water than that other stuff. So let's let that guy in. Great. Let's go with David.
All right, cool. Had meetings all week last week, pretty much like one a day. Got a couple new affiliates. One of them would be a builder, little financial issue, but he's pretty much jumping on board. Good. Got my team committed to doing 20 calls a day over about 4 or 5 days. Nice. So we got some calls going out this week and next week, etc. They're gonna become more sharp. And I also talked to another lead gen guy that lead gens for Sweet James and a few other law firms. I talked to him about partnering up, and we're doing a little deal on the side, see if he could generate anything on the front end, and I can do all the work on the back end.
Okay, good.
Yeah, so yeah, pretty excited.
Awesome, man. Give him a round of applause. Who else has some wins they want to share?
We're here.
Okay, let's go with Mark.
So I officially started my 90-day blitz. Me, Johnny, Earl, which I'm pretty excited about, committed. It's going hard for the next 90 days. I got a sale last week, a solar sale. I also started presenting last week to realtors, which is pretty amazing because I'm calling John, hey man, I've been sending out videos. I've been talking to a lot of realtors. What's going on? I'm not getting them converted.
Right.
Bro, you got to start presenting.
Yeah.
Okay, so I did that. I had my first presentation on Friday.
Okay, good.
Went pretty smooth. The lady, she joined as a affiliate for now, but I got a couple more lined up. I got 2 more lined up this week, and I'm gonna be on the calls.
Good.
So looking to generate some more.
Less than 24 hours later, he's like, Johnny, what am I doing? I'm doing all this work. I'm saying not getting traction. I was like, JC's missing. We gotta present.
That's right.
Less than 24 hours later, I get a call from Mark. Yo, I got 3 appointments lined up for today. Back to back.
That's right.
Less than 24 hours.
So what they're doing is they're calling the realtor leads. Right, you guys
cold call.
I'm just cold.
Oh, he's cold calling.
That was cold. That's not even a real.
Man, that's awesome. So he's straight calling realtors, which is, this is what I taught for 3 years. Now, when we started this company, we got a system where we've got callers. Right now, there's people calling real estate agents right now. Today, they're calling, not EXP Realtors, a similar company. And they generate leads. People say, hey, I'm interested, send me info, have somebody contact me. But what Mark did is he's calling himself. At the end of the day, working works. He's calling himself, finding out if they're interested in, and booking an appointment for him to do the realtor presentation for him. And yes, that's the kind of work that you've got to do, right? Because we do a couple of things, right? We sell and we recruit, right? And really it's all selling, because when you're recruiting, what are you selling?
Opportunity.
The opportunity. You're selling the opportunity. There's people looking for an opportunity out there. I talk about this all the time. All of you, all of us, we have people in our warm market that we haven't contacted yet that would do the business if you expose them properly. But we got to get to these people. And you say you got to sell too, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go ring the bell.
Wow.
All right. Good job, Mark. Let's go. Johnny, you raised your hand too?
Yeah. Last week got one new builder, an affiliate, 1 consultant, so went from affiliate to consultant. So one more step. We're almost got there. 1 sale. Actually, Chris threw the alley-oop. I presented to them on a Saturday. They didn't sign docs or nothing, but last week we finalized documentation, everything, site survey schedule. So the alley-oop, we got
Love
Mr.
it.
Johnson right here throwing them up.
Let's go. Let's go.
I had 7 business presentations, and that converted to 1 builder. So I gotta get my ratios up, 14%, I can get that up.
Yep.
And then 3 solar presentations and, well,
So you got to recruit and you got to sell. That sounds like a good week. Get up here, man. Ring the bell.
Line up our presentations, man, getting our numbers up.
That's right.
5X, right, Mr. Ed Ayala talked about 5X, what's your
That's
goal?
right.
5X that.
Yes, sir.
So,
All right. All right. Did you have your hand up too?
Yeah, I got 1 sale last week, 1 solar sale, 1 ADT, and 4 builders on Saturday. Well, not Saturday, Sunday. And it came from the Rod's event. So I invited a bunch of realtors to his event yesterday. And most of them were in that area, the DMV area.
Wow.
So 1 upgraded from an affiliate to a builder, and then there were 2 other builders on that call. And she was like, hey, I'm gonna send my guy this link. I said, well, you need to upgrade or you're not gonna get any money off.
Right.
So she upgraded. So 4 from that event. And then this week I'm planning a blitz. So I'm gonna be going to one of my realtors' office that's a builder, and we're gonna be doing a blitz to call all their customers in the last year to get sheets.
Bro, round of applause.
Yeah.
That's tremendous. So how many recruits, how many sales?
So 2 sales, 4 recruits.
Come ring the bell, bro. We're gonna ring the bell you 4 times, bro. 4 times, bro. There you go. Man, Louis, what do you got going on?
So last week we presented to a realtor in Anaheim, and he's excited about referring business to us for solar. And then I presented to a tax person. She's a homeowner. We presented to her too already, but she's signing up as a builder, and then she sent me her first lead already. So we're gonna work that lead this week.
Good, good. So last week you got a sale, this week not yet, but you got a couple in the pipeline that are close to close. What happened with Robert's, guy?
So we have that one also qualified already. He just needs to sign. So I'm not sure what's holding him. So I guess we gotta call him back.
Gotta follow up, right? He already passed
Yeah.
credit, ran credit, passed credit. Docs are in the customer's, inbox, but he hasn't signed yet, so he got 2 sales that week, but only one of them already went through. So that one right there, you gotta schedule an appointment to meet with them to find out, hey, what do we gotta do? You're gonna probably have to resend the docs again, right? But that's a sale right there. Sometimes we let the foot off the gas, like we think, oh, yeah, they're gonna come back. I mean, they already qualified. They said they're gonna do it. No, you gotta be relentless. Here's what you gotta do. Who can tell me what GTC stands for?
Get the commitment, get the check, get the.
Yup, get the check, get the contract, get the commitment, right? Get them to sign on the line that is dotted. It's not a deal until they sign on the line that is dotted, and that's when the deal barely starts. Now you gotta walk them through, get the site survey done, scope of work done, get past the scope of work. That is ideal, right? Then let's go to the install. Keep them in touch. I like to be in touch with my customers once a week. Once a week, Mr. Customer, I'm gonna be in touch with you once a week. What is your preferred method of communication? Call, text, email? Most of the time it's text. Sounds good. Even if I don't have an update for you, Mr. Customer, I'm gonna let you know, hey, there's no update this week. We're still waiting on permits or whatever the case may be. That's literally word for word what I say to every customer. Literally word for word what I say to every customer. If you manage their expectations properly. Now, I also, another tip on that, I let people know 2 to 3 months. It could be a little bit more, it could be a little bit less. Our aim is under 2 months, but it could be a little bit more than 3 months. It could be a little bit less, right? So, but you got to create your systems, and in your case, make sure that you follow up, schedule a call, right? Hey, Johnny, just wanted to check in with you. Wonder see if you have a couple minutes today for a quick conversation. Simple, nonchalant. Does that make sense? When the guy agrees to get on a call, that's when you get into the details, right? So, good job. Give him a round of applause, please.
Hello.
Anybody else? Did I skip anybody?
Oh, one thing I wanted to add, so anyone that is going to events and like you're at a table. I went to an event yesterday, me and my daughter, we did, it was a golf event and we got like 6 or 7 leads from it. But the first event that I went to with the same, foundation, we didn't get hardly any event leads. So they called all the vendors and said, how did you like the first event? What could you do better? And I said, well, we paid for a table. We didn't get a lot of exposure. So they changed it and they did a vendor bingo. So they raffled something off and every person that was there had to go by every table and get a sticker. So, I mean, they had to talk to you. So when they came to my table, they had to scan a QR code to either get a water filtration or a solar presentation, and then they qualified for the free trip to Vegas or Cancun. So I got more people coming and scanning. So I got like 8 or more leads than I got last time, and everybody's table had that, and they had their bingo. It wasn't really bingo. It was like you have to get a sticker to fill up your card. So they had to talk to every vendor. So if you're doing events and you have an ear for the person that's doing the events, have them do something like that so that people have to come to your table and talk to you.
I love it.
So,
It's great
to
tips.
follow up on that too, that's what Sedano did when we did the realtor event with the with 300 realtors. They said go to every single table, we're gonna raffle off, make sure you get this paper, and they sign it.
Yep.
So that
They
gave
have
a lot
to
of
talk
it,
to you.
yeah. Yeah, so that,
These are good
Yep.
ideas, yeah.
yeah, that gave everybody like, all right, if you want to participate in the raffle, they raffled like a plasma screen TV, front row Lakers tickets.
Nice.
So everybody was at the table, so that definitely worked there.
Look, at the end of the day, what I was gonna talk about today is the 5 M's. Who can tell me what 5 M's stand for?
More meetings means more money.
Yep. More meetings mean more money, right? How many, and here's the deal, the meeting could be a networking event, it could be a booth that you get, it could be a networking event, it could be a one-on-one presentation, a realtor presentation, like last week, Earl, shout out to Earl, I think he's on here somewhere. Earl scheduled an appointment with a call center guy. I got in there ready to present, and we just had a conversation. The guy was sold himself, right? Long story short, he has a call center of a bunch of people calling. He's got call centers in other countries and a call center in Orange County. He says, I want to convert all these guys to call for solar leads. And these solar leads, you guys have the closers that can close them. We said, we sure do, in different languages as well. He says, man, I'm excited because what we said, we have to sell a lot of units to make a little bit of money. with yours, there's a lot of money in one deal. And I managed his expectations. I said, look, there's a lot of money in deep, but the pay cycle is longer. So you want to keep that in mind, right? So, but the guy's excited and the network is setting up the appointments. I don't know the guy, but Wentz has introduced Johnny. Johnny introduced Earl, right? No, you introduced Mark, and then Mark introduced Earl. Now Earl introduced this guy. You guys see how that works? It was a conversation from 1, 2, 3, 4 levels deep is where this guy came from. And he's got a call center. Does that make sense?
5, you're throwing Lalo, which you talked to last.
That's
week as well.
true. It's actually 5 because it's Lalo, Johnny, Mark, Earl, then that guy. 5 levels deep. Isn't that interesting how that works? But guess what? Here's what happens when you connect people to the system. You sell them the vision. And do you guys think that it helps that you yourself are committed, are consistent, showing up, fired up? Of course it helps. Some of you guys are going to get people that quit your business. You know why? Because you're not really in the business. Some of you guys are not really in the business because you're like, well, I don't really have nobody on my team. So I'm going to show up when convenient. That's okay. But let me tell you, look, you may not believe me. And I know that a lot of you do. But I'm going to tell you this. This is a golden nugget I'm going to give you. You are programming your subconscious mind to be the person that you're being right now. Go ahead and don't show up to a training. Go ahead and sleep in. Go ahead and not make the phone calls. Go ahead and not generate the 8 points, and you are programming your subconscious mind of the person that you are. And guess what? That's worse. That's because you live with you all the time, don't you? You're with you all the time. Your teammate doesn't see every one of your steps, but you see every one of your steps. I'm very big on the identity, the building of the identity. I've seen over the last year and a half, some of you guys have grown tremendously. And we've only been around a year, but some of you guys have been working with me longer than a year, right? I see the identity shift in some of you guys, and guess what? I see the changes in your life as well. So let's talk about 5 M's. More meetings mean more money. I want to know what kind of meetings you guys have already set up this week, and the rest is the beginning of February 3rd. What meetings do you guys have set up, currently already set up, and what meetings are you gonna set up so you could show the plan more often? Showing the plan means selling the products and services and recruiting people. So who wants to go first?
Go ahead first. Let me get my phone. So the first one I've thought of, my uncle doesn't know this yet, but we're gonna schedule his launch event today.
Nice.
For today we have 1:30 CRM training that I'll be showing to the team. I have another appointment at 4:30 for that's a solar design. 5 p.m. for another consultation for a homeowner. Tomorrow, we have the event tomorrow all day. Wednesday, we have with Rocky a business lunch, I think for those 7 girls, right, Beth?
Yeah, but I'll be in person at the ambulance.
Okay, and then 1:30, we have a lunch and learn that we're gonna be doing at the office. 6 p.m. I have another solar event, and then the 5 p.m. is the Smart Money Club webinar. Thursday, we're gonna be at Roberto's event, 6 p.m. And Friday, Saturday, nothing yet, but those will be setting up more launch events, exposing the business, adding my uncle's launch event there as well too. And then I also have, so one of my mentees that's he's starting to get the ball rolling. He's actually a dialer. He's a lead generation or like a lead generator for his company already that he works for. So the solar leads that we're calling, I gave them to him to start calling them. He already knows how to do it, so he's hungry. So
Nice.
I told him, look, start calling all these people. He already set one appointment, and then we already presented to him on Saturday. So he told us to follow up with him today or tomorrow.
Good.
It's in Texas. He wants an all cash deal, ground mount, and 4 batteries.
Very
He's
nice.
tired of the blackout grids, the flashing lights, all that stuff.
Wow.
So, but yeah, so more meetings.
So here's the deal. 1 second. I want you guys to listen to that because how many of you guys want to win in this business? By show of hands. When we do this, I've been in rooms like this where I hear somebody's activity and it makes me feel uncomfortable. Like, man, that's a whole lot of activity. I don't have that kind of activity. Okay. I'm not going to ask anybody to raise their hands to see if you feel that way, but I am saying this to you. I am saying this to you. It helps big time when you're around an environment, you guys see all the activity that Chris did, right? 4 recruits, 2 sales, right?
Mhm.
I want to know what in the world are you doing? Anybody ever seen The Wolf of Wall Street?
Yeah.
You remember that guy? What's his name? Jonah is his name, the chubby guy.
Yeah.
His character goes up to Leonardo DiCaprio's character and he says, he sees him in the car and he says, "Hey man, what do you do?" And then this guy says, "Oh, here's what I do," because he sees his nice car and stuff. And he's like, "And how much money do you make for doing that?" He says, "Well, last month I made $70,000. He goes, "You show me a check for $70,000 now, and I'll quit my job right now." You guys remember that part?
Yeah.
Okay. When you start to see people that are starting to level up, their business is growing, you got to have that kind of actor like, bro, what are you doing? Sometimes some people don't have the results that they want. You know why? Because they don't even have the example of what it takes to win. Some people think, oh, I'll make a couple calls a day, couple days a week and stuff. And, I already recruited a couple folks and got a sale or two. And you think that you're on track to get to where you want to get to until you surround yourself with people that are doing more. And you realize, oh, it does take more than what I'm currently doing. Now, I do say that, but I'll say the following. Some of you guys are more part-time. Now, here's the deal. You're part-time still.
More full-time now.
You're more
Yeah,
full-time.
I started like blocking out times at the barbershop,
Right?
or moving people
Right?
like to another day or super early, late, whatever it is
Right.
to accommodate.
Perfect.
Yeah, so
But you started part-time.
started part-time.
So this is good. So some of you part-time, he's more full-time. So don't compare yourself to a full-time person. Right. So that actually serves this purpose even better, right?
Yeah.
Now also he's got some big goals. I know Roxy's got some big goals. This isn't a business just for people that have huge goals. If your goals are, hey man, I just want to make an extra, 10 grand a year, an extra 20 grand a year, that's perfect. For those of you guys, however, how many people here really want to make 6 figures a year with this business or more by a show of hands? Okay, perfect. Most of you. Here's what I'm going to tell you. This is the kind of activity that you guys are hearing that needs to happen in your business for you to get there. Bottom line, because I'm not going to tickle your ear and lie to you and tell you something that's not true. You cannot miss Monday meetings. You can't miss. You can't be like you're here something and you're not here other times, man. You just can't. You got to have that kind of activity on a weekly basis. And do you guys think it's possible?
Yeah.
Heck yeah, it's possible. You know why? Because of momentum. Momentum. Then you start to connect to the trainings. Some of you guys sign people up, boom, and then you say, hey, watch the 7-minute video and you forget about it. You never followed up with them. You never went and took the initiative to let's schedule your launch event. One of the things that I teach in the team building aspect is you got to duplicate speakers. Imagine, for example, you guys started a year ago. Do you guys have people already closing their own solar deals in your team?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have people presenting the business in your team yet? Or is it just you and Roxy?
Kind of. It's like not, I don't want to say 100%, but
You're getting there.
yeah,
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
So you've duplicated presenters and closers for solar, but speakers is you and her.
Mhm.
The next step is to duplicate other presenters like you guys.
Yeah.
But see, just 6 months ago, you guys were not presenting like that.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? There's stages to it. And if you keep up this momentum, and the key, ladies and gentlemen, here is that you keep leading by example. Don't let your foot off the gas. You are right now in first gear. First gear is prospecting, presenting, selling, and recruiting. That's first gear. You're making the phone calls. You're training people, you're making sales, you're personally recruiting, and you're helping other people recruit. That's first gear. Second gear is manager. You get to not manager in our comp plan. You get to manager like you're not doing that stuff, but you're asking of your team, hey, what do you do? You got any sales, Roxy? Hey, you got any recruits? You got any meetings going on, Chris? Louis, you got any sales? But you're not doing the stuff. Monkey see, monkey do. You know what your people will notice? I'd rather see a leader than to hear a leader. Show me what you're doing. I'm gonna be I got the 10 a.m., 11 a.m. I got the 6 p.m. I got my son's private class at 4. I'm there till 5:30. Then I leave to the Airbnb to do the Millionaire Mentor Zoom, and I'm doing the 7:30 presentation. Thursday, I'm going to be presenting at Robert's thing. Trust me, I got the meetings booked. My thing is more meetings mean more money. More meetings mean more money. The more meetings I do, the more sales are gonna come, the more recruits are gonna come. Then we're gonna identify the studs, right? For example, we brought in Lalo. He's a friend of ours, right? I've known him for 10 years. Mortgage guy, that's his main business. He's not really building the business, but he introduced us to Johnny. So we identified quickly, Lalo is not really, doesn't have the time right now. Maybe one day, hopefully, because he's super sharp, but that's okay. We met Johnny through Lalo. Johnny brought Mark, 2 core people. Mark brought Earl. Earl brought that other guy, right? 5 levels deep. You know why though? Because we're just always doing meetings. And here's the deal. All of those sales, ladies and gentlemen, and all of those recruits, where are they gonna come from?
Wherever they are right now.
Wherever they're at right now. That's where they're gonna come from. Where's all this money, all these sales, all these recruits gonna come from? That's none of my business. Here's what my business is. 5 M's. I gotta focus on more meetings mean more money with a great attitude, no matter what. If I got a meeting and I rolled a donut, that means 0, no sale, no recruits. The next meeting, I got the same champion attitude. You know why? Because I hang around champions. Because this is a marathon and a sprint. This is 3 things. Building this business, write this down. It's a sprint, it's a relay, and it's a marathon. When I say it's a sprint, you want to get off the blocks. You recruit somebody, you want to get that one person off the blocks. You got to recruit it, great. Let's get you to go through fast start, certification, game plan interview, launch event. Fast start, certification, game plan interview, launch event. Let's get in front of your people and let's get you your first 3 bills so we can make you help them get their first 3 sales. You made them about $10,000. You just extended their expiration date. Now you get in front of their people because when they're new, they're in their highest level of enthusiasm, lowest level of knowledge. You got to walk them through the faster. You got to make sure that they're making the phone call scheduled. Here, Wednesday, 6 p.m., we're doing your launch event. If we need to get together via Zoom or at a Starbucks to make phone calls, let's do it. And here's the scripts. Let's go do it. But it's hard for you to do that if you haven't done it yourself. Does that make sense? So you got to get the sprint, get off the blocks fast. What if you help somebody get 1, 2, 3 sales, 1 or 2 or 3 sales their first month? Is that a good start?
It's an excellent start.
What if you help them? Yeah. What if you help them get their first 4 people to pay no more? Is that a good start?
Yeah.
What if he doesn't make a sale, but one of his 4s make a sale, and this guy makes $400, $500, $600, $700 override? Is he excited? Yes. Yes. So here's what happens. That's a sprint. The relay. What do you guys think the relay is?
Let them be a leader.
The duplication. The relay is the duplication. That's when you got people like Johnny came in as a solar pro, but he didn't come in as a network marketer. He didn't come in as a presenter. Guess what he's doing now? He's presenting. He's recruiting. He's duplicating. That's a relay. Same thing happened with Matthew Roxy. Same thing happened with Lewis. Same thing happened with a lot of you guys. With Robert. Same thing happened. Now you're duplicating people because we don't just train to close and close business. We train to close business and duplicate business. We train to close business and duplicate leaders. That's a relay. And what's a marathon? 5 years to make life fair. Minimum of a 5-year commitment. You're not going to build any successful businessman in less than 5 years. I don't care if you're in insurance, if you open up a restaurant, if you open up any kind of business. Imagine opening up a restaurant, spending $300,000 to open up a restaurant, and I'm going to give it 6 months. That'd be pretty stupid, wouldn't it? Seriously. Or you want to be a top-notch, those people want to be top-notch realtors. You think they got top-notch realtors in under 5 years? You'd have to be a prodigy to do that. Like a total prodigy. That's not realistic. The marathon is long-term vision. Pitbull says, and I covered this at the Crush It event, pasos cortos, vista larga. Means short steps, long vision. It's a break a day, right? The 5 M's. How many meetings? 10 rejections a day. I'm going to get 10 people to tell me no, they're not interested in my business or my products. 10 a day. In the beginning, you're not going to do that many, but then after a while, you get good. Now you start to prospecting. You're doing networking events. Some of you guys are doing door knocking. 10 a day is not that hard. Dude, you get 10 rejections a day. That'll keep poverty away. That'll keep the bills at bay. Does that make sense? Yeah. Seriously, 10 rejections a day. keeps poverty away, keeps the bills at bay. Now you got more money at the end of the month instead of having more month at the end of the month. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's true. But guess what? You got to become the person. That's why you come to these meetings every single week. That's why we got the Millionaire Mentor Zoom every single Monday. So you learn from other people. You realize, oh, I look what he's doing. I'm going to try that. Or I tried that, didn't work. Now he's clarifying some things. I'm going to try that. And you find your niche. You find your niche, right? So 5 minutes. Who else wanted to share what they got going on? So we went to Matthew. Go ahead.
Today I have an appointment with a lead generation company at 4:30. And then I have obviously the mail-in mentorship 6. Tuesday, the meeting. Wednesday, 10 a.m. I have the 5 p.m. For the I have a meeting with my team to take count on how many people we have.
Okay.
And pretty much online on Thursday.
Okay, good.
Thursday we have the event.
Perfect. Awesome. Good activity. Who else wants to share their stuff? Go ahead, John.
Or I have, matter of fact, at 12:30 today, I have, a realtor leads. I have a follow-up appointment. The lady said, call me, let's meet up in 3 weeks. I was like, how about we just hop on a quick 20-minute Zoom on Monday? She's excited. She wants to do it, but she said just do it in 3 weeks. So look, let's hop on a 20-minute call on Monday. 15 minutes is not enough to do my job. 30 minutes is too long for me.
Yeah.
20 minutes, I'll show you real life situations of what I do to help people. And then right there, if I can get her across the finish line, onboard the rest on the spot.
Good.
But if not, at least you'll see how I work. After that, I have 2 business presentations so far scheduled. I have 3 networking events, and I have a solar presentation follow-up from last week.
Okay.
And
Perfect.
again, as we speak, CRM.
Nice. You got to use your CRM. He's got all the notifications for his CRM right there. Trip
Oh, I
CRM.
know. Some people I gotta call. Thanks, Jay.
Yeah, exactly.
We also have we're also having a CRM training tonight at 7:30 after the main you fellas.
Okay, cool. Cool. All right. Anybody else want to share their meetings or anybody on Zoom? What kind of activity you guys got going on? Did I go through everybody?
I think Mr. Meadows earlier had his hand raised.
Yeah, it's okay. All right, cool. Let's close this out. And then 5 P's. What do 5 P's stand for?
Proper preparation prevents poor productivity.
That's right. Proper preparation prevents poor productivity or poor production. The last P, it's about the same thing, right? Productivity. and production. Proper preparation prevents poor production. Or you can replace production with productivity. Okay. You got to be prepared, man. If you're going to present to a homeowner, have the presentation ready. Not only have the presentation ready, ladies and gentlemen, but you should know the presentation. Those of you mentors, let's say you haven't mentored a deal in a while. You get to the meeting, proposal's not ready. For example, don't get caught, for example, when you show purchases and leases, don't get caught showing up with only a lease proposal and not the purchase one. Then the customer's like, can I see what the purchase option? And you're like, oh, yeah, hold on. And you're scrambling. No, dude, you should be prepared. Take the time. Then you start to think, man, I shouldn't have been watching those reels on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? I should have probably been doing this. Look, man, from like 8 in the morning till about 8 in the evening, I'm talking about me personally. If I'm on social media, I am using social media, not letting social media use me. Does that make sense? I'm posting stories. I'm promoting the event, right? I'm sharing some content or something like that. But I'm not really going to be doing it's extremely rare. You can catch me liking stuff, catch me on watching some of your stories. You know why? Because that's not what I'm going to do it after 8 o'clock, right? Sometimes after 9. But I'm not gonna be unproductive because of it. So proper preparation prevents poor productivity. That what else can we be better prepared at in building this business?
Schedule, block, time block.
Time block. Yeah. Be prepared, right? Like when are you gonna make phone calls? For example, what are you gonna do today to move your business forward?
12 to 4 o'clock. I'm on the phones, and then make my way home. Pick up Lexus, take me at the chair, and then be at the metro.
Okay, good. And what about tomorrow?
Tomorrow, something similar. Just phone calls all day.
Okay, good.
Yeah, 'cause I think it's raining tomorrow.
Oh yeah. Okay, good. What about you, bro?
Yeah, so I'm trying to set up an appointment with, some guy named Ivan and his wife. He's a realtor and she's a loan officer. He sent me a bill already from a customer last week, so, he even asked me how do I get started with the solar stuff, so I told him that we need to get on a call. I sent him some videos, so I'm gonna circle back with him today. We have that girl Diana, which is a tax person, and then Patricia, so I'm trying to schedule a Zoom with these people. One of my customers from the barber shop, two of them, they just bought a house, so I'm gonna get on the Zoom with them and explain to them.
Good.
See if solar's a good, fit for them. Also, the mailman that comes here, he told me he was gonna sell his house. I followed up with him, he told me they're not gonna sell it no more, so maybe trying to set up a Zoom with them, see what we can work out with
Yep.
them. So those are the people that I wanna connect with them as far as an appointment via Zoom. And see how we can get them enrolled, but, also door knocking, I'm trying to be door knocking this week.
Good.
I haven't seen the weather, if it's gonna rain or not, but
Today would be a good day, I think, to go.
Yeah.
Get it out the way, so, another thing I will say to you is this, are you using the CRM yet?
yeah.
Okay, good. Put these leads in your CRM. You guys have a CRM. How many people were not used to using a CRM before by show of hands? We're not used to? Okay, that's the case with most people, and that's okay. Listen, in the beginning, it's a little bit weird to get used to it, something extra. Once you get the hang of it and you are in the habit of using a CRM, you don't go back to not using a CRM. Trust me when I tell you. You can look at the top Ferrari and Lamborghini salespeople. You can look at the top real estate professionals. You can look at the top sales professionals in industries. They use CRMs. Top network marketers use CRMs. So go in there. Let's say, for example, anybody ever find themselves like, oh, I don't really have a whole lot of time I got like some spare time. I don't know what to do. Anybody ever find themselves there? That's when you open up your CRM and you go through the tabs, like start firing off phone calls. But at the end of the day, you gotta fill in the cracks of being productive. And eventually you're gonna find what is it that works for you? What is the system that works for you? I know that David, for example, right now is going into a lot of calls. He's getting a lot of results with making a lot of phone calls. He's not doing as much door knocking, but he's making more phone calls. And that's fine, right? Listen, those of you guys that do door knock, you guys already know. All of you guys that door knock and have gotten sales, you know door knocking works. I would recommend, for example, I only got off the doors in my solar career when I was a mentor and I had a team of 40 people sending me leads almost on a daily basis. I got to mentor in 11 weeks, team of 40 people that was continuing to grow, and I was the only upline mentor. The first upline mentor, rather. The first upline mentor. I literally did not have time for anything else. If that wasn't the case, you know what I'd be doing? I'd be on the doors. I'd be on the doors no matter what. Consistently and persistently, I'm going to be on the doors. And guess what? Saturdays and Sundays, I love them. You know why? Because I could go earlier and I could go for a longer amount of time and it was more acceptable to do so. Right? So a lot of you guys have heard that before. So anyways, did I miss anybody? Anybody want to share their meetings? If not, we're going to wrap this up.
I just wanted to add that Jenny, she went to Vegas this weekend for a franchise event. So one of her builders was a panel speaker and had a table with Encore. So I need to follow up with her and see what the outcome of that was.
Good.
Yeah.
You guys got a lot of good activity. I'll close off with this note. And I'll go to you. When you have a lot of good activity in your business and you've got some momentum, that is the time to pour gasoline on that momentum. The best time to make a sale is right after you just made a sale, right? If you got no sales, it's a good time to make a sale. Can we agree? Yes, then right after you made a sale, follow up on people because you are in a different mental state, like in a high. That's the best time to go. Best time to go recruit somebody is right after you recruited somebody, right? You're in this high, go and make the phone calls. There's something called shopping with the app. If I got Lewis going to sign up today, I call Matthew. Matthew, I know that you were looking at the business, right? And you're excited, but whatever it is that's holding you back, I just want you to know, I got this guy, Lewis, that's getting started. If you get started before him, because I know you're kind of on the ropes, you get started before him, I'll put him on your team. Does that make sense? That's called shopping with the app. I get him to sign up first, then I put him under him. Does that make sense? Because I'm going to send him the link. So I'll send it to you first. That way when he sends it, and it's a dual team, it's a binary, right? It's left and a right. So then I put Matthew in, then I'll put Lewis in right after that, right? Go ahead, Mike.
Is the CRM in the back office?
The CRM, is it in the back
Yeah,
office?
go to
right?
back office, builder perks, you hit drip CRM and it gives you step-by-step instructions on how to. How to get it up and running.
So remember, it's a builder perk, so you gotta be a builder. I think you are.
We have a training at 1:30.
Yeah.
It'll be a generic training, yeah, just so
Yeah.
what I learned.
J training.
Yeah, not a J training, but yeah.
On the CRM.
Yeah, on the CRM, yeah.
Perfect.
Our professional
It'll be
is
on Zoom.
occupied today.
Zoom, you guys doing it via Zoom?
Yeah, we'll do some, yeah.
Okay, give the link to him.
Okay.
Yep.
Then, Jason, I do have a question. So you mentioned that you were the only upline, right, of your team of 40. So
The
you're
first
getting
upline.
The first upline, mentor for your team of 40 people under you. When you were getting all of those leads, how did you manage that? What were you doing to now manage all those leads that are coming in every day?
Well, a team of 40 isn't huge, bro.
Mhm.
So I was presenting, if I had to guess, 5 to 8 times a week. So it's like one a day. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So but it got to a point, bro, where I got burnt out from presenting. I was in my home office and I was on the computer all day. I was closing deals and making money.
They were talking about solar?
Yeah, solar, yeah.
Oh.
Solar cell. Yeah.
Yeah, solar, yeah.
So I was, doing a lot. And then eventually I started promoting some people. And then I don't remember the details, but if I got overwhelmed, there was upline mentors that I could refer people to.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. But at that time I was in a point where I needed to make money. So I was already working before I became a mentor. I was already working 10, 12-hour days. So I just replaced the 10, 12-hour days of outreach, recruiting, and selling to appointments and designing proposals, and it was easier. Instead of me banging out phone calls, I'm designing proposals in my home office drinking a coffee. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't, but then after I did that for a few months, oh, bro, it was bad, bro. It was like, then eventually I found my groove. Once I got to about probably 30 sold deals in the pipeline, I started like letting my foot off the gas. By the time I got 30 deals in the pipeline, I had promoted a couple of mentors, but I also had upline mentors, right? So I would tell people, hey, contact this guy. And I had people from other teams reaching out to me, hey, bro, if you need help, man, with some of these mentor deals, I help you. And one of the guys that helped me close my very first mentor deal was on a sideline. I gave him some deals. You know what I'm saying? So just deals that I didn't want to take. I would look at the bill, $120 bill, or I'll look at, this one's in Jacksonville, Florida or something. No, I ain't taking that one. You know what I mean? And I just wouldn't take it, right? So then I just started doing that. Then I started cherry picking. Then, bro, in my prime, I was cherry picking one a day. One like, oh, this is my cousin with a $400 bill in Edison territory. Yup, I'll take that one. You know what I'm saying? And this is in 2020, 2021, right? So yeah, man, it's a good problem to have though. But it came from the recruiting. Bottom line, came from the recruiting, right? Okay, cool. So remember, couple of things. The Millionaire Mentor Zoom is happening from a $2 million Airbnb in Whittier, California. That's a training that will be via Zoom as well. Those of you locals, show up. We're gonna have wine and cheese for the mixer at 7:30. 7:30 is a business overview. We're gonna have wine and cheese. Don't overdrink, dude. Especially if you are a rep. No more than 2 drinks. Don't be that guy or that girl that has one too many drinks. And you know what I mean? Trust me, that's not the place to do it. So I want you to think, who are the people that I know that I can invite to take a look at this business? It's a $2 million home. It's a beautiful home, right? And it's a wine and cheese mixer. We're going to do a 30-minute presentation. Sam Bean and I are going to be presenting. That one won't be live streamed. The 6 p.m. will be live streamed. Cool? Everybody bring it in. Let's close it out. Bring it in, bring it in. We're gonna go, let's win on 3. When I count to 3, we say, let's win, then we clap it up. On 3, let's win. 1, 2, 3. Let's win!
No.